Once you've cut out all your raw edge applique pieces, it's time to fuse the various elements to each other. So starting with the tulips, match up all the different parts. Put all of the tulip A parts together, the tulip B parts, C, D, and E, and also match up the mushroom tops and their stems. Then starting with tulip A, take the leaf and stem background and the leaf and stem foreground, which are parts A3 and A4, and peel off the plain paper backing from the foreground, which is A3. Once you've got that paper peeled off, center A3 over A4. Remember that the light steam seam is repositionable until you've fused it down. So if you don't like how it looks at first, you can lift it and reposition it. Once you're happy with how you've positioned A3 over A4, fuse A3 down according to the manufacturer directions. Next, peel away the top part only of the lower petals for tulip A. So that is piece A2. Place the upper petals for tulip A behind the lower petals. Replace the paper backing for the lower petals so that the upper petals are sandwiched between the lower petals and the paper backing. Next, place your applique mat or parchment paper over the March Hare pattern. Position the petals and the stem and the leaf on tulip A where they appear on the pattern. Peel away a bit of the bottom of the paper backing behind the lower petals and place the tulip petals on the top of the tulip stem. Fuse the tulip petals to the tulip stem and leaves. Repeat all of the steps that you just went through to fuse the parts of tulip A together and fuse the remaining tulips together. Next, move on to your mushrooms. Match the mushroom caps to their stems. Then working with one at a time, position the mushrooms over the paper March Hare pattern and on top of your applique mat or your parchment paper. Line up each mushroom top and stem with the paper pattern. Notice that for mushrooms G, J, K, and M, the mushroom stem will need to be fused on top of the mushroom cap. But for mushrooms F, H, I, and L, the stem will need to be fused behind the cap. Just take about a 1/4 inch at the top of the stem, stick it behind the mushroom cap after removing a little bit of the paper backing, and then replace the paper backing once you've got the stem in place. For the mushrooms where the stem needs to be fused on top of the cap, you will need to remove the paper backing of the top part of the stem, then stick that stem to the mushroom cap, and then replace the paper backing from the mushroom stem behind the mushroom cap. Fuse your mushroom stems and mushroom caps together after you have positioned them all where you see them in the paper pattern. When you have your mushrooms all assembled, it's time to assemble the caterpillar. For this, you'll need to remove the paper backing of your caterpillar eyes, stick them in place, and fuse them down. Finally, assemble the pocket watch. To do this, remove the plain paper backing behind the pocket watch face. Position the face on top of the pocket watch as you see it in the paper pattern, and then fuse the face down to the pocket watch. The bluebell leaves are a single unit, and you won't need to do anything with them at this time.